Hey juniors, welcome to another weekly breakdown video. Today we are going to break down Unit 1, week number 2. So, this is the website. I'm going to say it probably for the last time. If you have not seen this website yet, you probably should see this website because the whole class is kind of on this website. If you haven't yet, I would kind of go up to your top and kind of make a favorite folder and put this in that folder so that you can kind of quickly access it. If I were you guys, I would check it at least every other day because that's kind of when you're supposed to come to class, or just check it like every 15 minutes like I do. No big deal, right? It's totally normal behavior. Okay, so we're on we're on the site. Here we are, objectives, the weekly breakdown. All right, so let's kind of pull this up here. You should be somewhat familiar with this document and kind of what this document does. Unit 1, week 1, we have already done this. You guys have completed this. You've submitted this. If you haven't submitted this yet, let me know. I'll help you in any way, shape, or form that I can. Week 2. So this is what we're on. This is now the week of September 21st. I'm super excited because this is our first 3-day week of class, which I think should be great. By this time, a lot of you are going to be in class, which is fantastic. But those of you who are still virtual, here's what to expect. Step 1 is you're going to complete the effects of the arms race worksheet. So if we go back to the site, scroll down past week 2, right? I made it kind of super easy for you guys by breaking it up. Scroll down past week 2. It's not in order, which is unfortunate. Here it is right here. It's a worksheet. Follow the instructions. You can type right onto it. If you want to handwrite it, that's cool. Just kind of print it out right on top of it and send me a picture of it. That's totally fine. Whatever is easier for you is easier for me, but I suspect a lot of you will just kind of type right on top of this, which is totally fine, right? If you have questions about the instructions, let me know, but it should be rather self-explanatory. Back to this. So then you're going to watch video 1.2 part 1. A lot of my videos go into a couple different parts. I apologize about that. History is just so kind of encompassing of so many things. It's hard to make shorter videos. But I try to break them down for you at least so that you aren't listening to my voice for too long. Because God knows that might drive anybody crazy. Church driven my wife crazy. It's a joke. Get it? Video 1.2 part 1. So now we're in the short-term causes of World War I, and we're looking at the first part. The first part of that. So just watch it. If I were you, whenever I'm watching a video from class, I'd take some notes on the side. They don't have to be crazy expansive notes, but I would just jot down a couple of important things. But that's kind of up to you. That's how you. That's going to be how you develop as a student, right? Tuesday, September 22nd, we're not in class. For Wednesday, the 23rd, you're going to watch part 2. So here's part 2. Same idea. Watch it. I would jot down a couple of things, right? Then you're going to complete the Cornell notes for page 11 through 34, right? So if we come down here, I've included the pages 11 to 34. This is not the same exact textbook as the one in class. It's actually an older version of it, but you should still be fine. The page numbers are a little bit off. Some of the, obviously, the sentences are a little bit different, but the material is all the same. So what the thought process is you read that and combine what I said in these two videos, and you should be able to do this. So these are Cornell notes, all right, which is going to be a big chunk of this video. I find these incredibly, incredibly valuable. We do Cornell notes all the time in class. So for unit title, unit 1.2, we're in the short-term causes of World War II. That's what this whole note sheet is about, right? So you can go and you can put your notes right here in this section under notes. All right, again, you're using the reading and my 2 videos to help round things out. For those of you who are more kind of auditory learners, if you want to lean on the videos a lot, that's totally fine. For those of you who are more, I like to read and take very traditional notes, lean on the reading more. It's saying a lot of the same stuff. The reading goes into some more depth on some things. I go into some more depth on other things, right? It's totally up to you. Key vocab, dates, and names. So, for example, from Unit 1.1, right? The word militarism was a big vocabulary word. Keep track of your vocabulary words here. I told everyone in class, but by the time you're done with IB history after the 2 years, you probably have between 2,000 and 3,000 new content vocabulary words, it's a really good idea to keep track of them, because when you're a senior and you're reviewing for this, you might not remember what every word is. Hopefully you remember what militarism is, because it's going to be a word we use for 2 years, but some of the smaller, different things, you might not really remember them, so it's good to keep track of them in your notes. This part is what I find most important. It's the summary, okay? I want to make sure that you understand the main points of what's going on. Some people take notes very differently, and it's obvious through notes what you're understanding and what you're not. Other people kind of take notes a little bit more sporadic because you just kind of remember different things. That's cool. That's fine. I really want everyone to focus on writing their summary, and I want you to try and fit it in this box, right? If this is 20 pages of reading in 2 videos, I don't want you writing a full page summary. That's probably too much. You're probably becoming very narrative in your writing and kind of retelling too much of the story. Give me the 30-second teaser trailer of that reading and those videos, right? Only give me the most important stuff in that summary. That's what I read the closest, and that's where a big portion of your grade comes from. Connectivity, don't worry about this yet. We're not there yet. In class, I'm going to start to mention this word a little bit, but for the virtual people, don't worry about it yet. You can leave that totally blank and still get a 7 out of 7 on this assignment, all right? If you want to try and challenge yourself a little bit with the connectivity and you are virtual, send me an email or come to the Zooms on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, and I'll try to explain what that means. It's kind of hard to explain. You kind of have to see it play out. But you can leave this box blank for now and still get a 7 out of 7. This box, that's where you should spend most of your time. All right, back here. Nope, back here. Thursday, September 24th, A-Day, nothing. Friday the 25th, you've got 2 things due, okay? These are 2 awesome assignments. I've been using them for a very long time. I'll go to this first. Very short, sweet, to the point. All right, let me pop it out. 200 words or less. Who was most to blame for World War I, and who was least to blame for World War I. So in prompt 1, you're picking a country. So I might go, I'm not going to, Antarctica. I think Antarctica is most to blame for World War I. I know that's not even a country. I just don't want to lean you guys in one way or the other right now. I'm going to write why I think that Antarctica is most to blame for World War I in under 200 words. I need you to learn how to become very concise writers. A lot of you are long-winded, which is okay. I'll work with you. But when we sit for the IB exams, we have a time limit, right? And we need to learn how to get our point across very, very quickly, all right? And then in prompt number 2, who is least to blame for the outbreak of the First World War? I think Mars was least to blame for the outbreak of the First World War, and here is why. And again, in under 200 words. All right, do not go over that 200-word limit. Make your point, back it up, and get out. Right, that's what this assignment is all about. And then this is the last assignment for the week, the Historians Roundtable. The instructions on here are kind of very, very, very laid out for you guys. I don't think you should struggle with this assignment in terms of instructions. If you do, send me an email and let me know. But these are the historians. You're essentially cutting them out. You're figuring out who they are blaming for the First World War. And at your dinner table, you can't have 2 people sitting next to each other that will argue, right? So it's a fun activity. We have a lot of fun with it in class. If you have questions about the instructions, let me know. Have fun with this one. It's a little bit of creativity. It's a little bit of thinking outside the box. I always have a good time kind of watching how you guys sit these people together. And last, you'll see this right here. We're not going to get to that this week. I don't want to kind of overburden you guys with work, but we will talk about this graphic organizer at some point in Unit 2. All right, that's it. That's the weekly breakdown for Week 2. I hope that you guys are well. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, be good.